So I think the thing that I've seen like on TikTok is that you close your eyes and then you just like intuit.
Oh, that's not gonna be good. Okay, ready?
I feel like I was like, you went ready, and I thought clap, and then I was like, nah, it's too soon. She's gonna wait longer than that.
Nah.
Guampus.
Do you want to smell this after I get it done? After I get her done.
Get her done. Will you please stop? It's not that kind of day.
Do you want to smell it? It smells like beets.
He said no. Hello, sir. What's up? You're being very needy all of a sudden.
Want to sniff?
You want to smell that? Smell like beets.
I want to know.
She's got something for you.
I just want you. What do you think? Don't like it. Not that you. Oh, yeah.
You don't like it.
I bet he gave me a kiss before he barked.
Oh. You don't know what you want. You say, I want to bark and I want to cuddle. Can I just have angry cuddle? Excellent. Is excellent.
I'm gonna probably be doing that through the whole entire.
Why? Is it gross? Oh, it tastes like wheatgrass. Or smells.
It doesn't have wheatgrass in it. It has celery and spinach.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. It's the celery. When I worked at a smoothie place, they did wheatgrass shots, and we got to do one for free each day. So, because there were only like 4 of us, so we'd cut a little wheatgrass, we'd throw it in there. Even if I put it in a smoothie, I would burp the rest of the day. Like, it was guaranteed. She burping.
It's also spicy.
Because there's ginger in it. What? You're so angry about? 5, 4, 3, 2. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Happy Peas Podcast, where we're just peas in a pod. I'm Stephanie.
I'm MJ.
Why does it look so dark in here?
Because the light's really bright.
I know, but usually it doesn't.
And it's taller than normal.
Oh. Oh, well.
And that's Billy.
And that's Billy.
You can't see him.
He was just here. He's mad. He's the mad one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fair though. I would be mad if I smelled this too. It just smells like beets though.
I thought you were gonna say I would be mad if I smelled like that, and I was like, he is the smelly, dirty guy.
Yeah. So is Lady.
So smelly.
Somehow she always smells like her breath always smells like cat food. But she's a dog and we don't have a cat. I did have a dream where I got 3 cats. One of them's name was Sam, and one of them was not a cat. It was a flying fox bat. It was a fruit bat, and like in my dream, he was a cat, but he was a flying fox. And his name was Julio.
Julio. Loved it.
And I loved him, and he loved me the most. I could hold him in my hand. And the entire time in my head, I was like, this is a bat. But in my dream, it was a cat.
So like half lucid.
Mm-hmm.
I had a dream once that he was just a little baby. And I had a dream that I was at like a TJ Maxx or something. And I was looking around and I found this like porcelain deer statue. And I was like, oh, and it was like curled up and whatnot. And I was like, oh, cute. So I brought it home. And it was a real deer.
Yeah.
So I was just like, whoa! And like Billy and this deer were best friends, and they were cuddly, snuggly, and stuff. And then I woke up and I was like, where did that deer go?
I feel like
oh, I brought a deer! And I was looking around my room for it, and I was like, oh.
I feel like Billy would try to eat it.
I don't think Billy would try to eat it. Actually, so
or he'd get angry. Or he'd think it was a cat.
Oh, my boss is trying to help a relative rehome a dog. And
Dibs.
I want it so. But like, so this dog was, I think it lived in a trailer with like 12 other dogs.
Aww.
Like a 600 square foot trailer with like 12 other dogs. It had never had a bath when they adopted it. So it was, the first thing they did was take it to a groomer. It wants love and affection, and it wants to be around you, but you can't look at it. If you look at it, it will run into a different room.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a very sad baby, and I want to love it and treat it so good. And I was like, it's the perfect sibling for Billy because he needs the most beta boy. He needs a dog that's like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to like step in front of you while you were walking 20 feet away from me. Like, he needs a very timid, he needs to be an only child, but he needs a very timid companion if he gets a companion. And so I was like, we have to save this dog. And Craig was like, you know that we cannot. I was like, I know, I do know this, but I want to.
Siri has bad space bubble, and when she wants to play, she will go up to any dog that she's near and poke it until it either snaps at her or plays with her.
Why are you crying over there? You want to come over here? Well, hello.
Oh, yeah.
So today, you wanted to talk about Taylor Swift. Do you still want to talk about Taylor Swift? I would like you to know it's the Billy Show. That on my way home, I went to like my music, went to albums, clicked Taylor Swift, clicked shuffle, and it shuffled all of her music that's on my phone. It's kind of chaos.
So there were a couple of things that I wanted to talk about with Taylor Swift. She was named Times Person of the Year, which she very much deserves.
Oh, awesome!
And I wanted to talk about some stuff in the article because I think it's important to address, not because it's Taylor Swift, but because it's the impact that she's had on like culture.
The world.
Yeah. Hi.
Welcome back. Do you want to come up on your corner?
No, fuck you, Mom.
He said, yes, I do. Oh my god.
I gotta find it first.
So my history with Taylor Swift is I didn't initially like her. Well, I heard the one, the Drew looks at me, the teardrops on my guitar, and I was like, wow, she's only like 14. That's amazing. And then the next song I remember hearing was I Saw You Slam Screen Door. And I hate that song. And then there was the Romeo and Juliet one, which got kind of annoying over time, just because it was played a lot. Then there's the You Belong With Me. And those are like the four that I remember being like, okay, Taylor Swift, I'm over it. I've never heard Fearless. No, that's not true. What is it called?
Fearless is an album name.
Fearless is one of the early ones.
There's Fearless, or there's self-titled Fearless, Speak Now, Red. The one after.
Well, because there's Lover.
Lover is after 1989. I think it's Red, 1989, Reputation, Lover, Folklore, Evermore, and Midnights.
So I couldn't name a song off Lover, Folklore, or Evermore. I'm sure I've heard songs off of them, but I couldn't tell you one. I no idea.
So I love Reputation. That's like probably my number one. But sharing second is Folklore and Evermore, because I love all of the songs on both of those albums, but there's one song, couple of songs I can really relate to, Champagne Problems and Tolerate It. I think you could.
Those are two titles I've heard of that are intriguing, but I've never listened to the songs.
The popular line from Champagne Problems is, she would have made such a lovely bride, what a shame she's fucked in the head, they said. I can really relate to that lyric. And Tolerate It, just like, I feel like we would both be able to relate to that.
What's up? I think he's anxious for his pops. Why is that open? But so yeah, you said that you wanted to talk about Taylor Swift, and I was like, that's so funny. I just downloaded a couple of Taylor's version stuff. I bought the Taylor's versions off the iTunes store from 1989, I think, and was like, wow, these feel like they could have been on Midnights.
Slut is one of my favorite songs.
It's not at all the song I thought it was going to be, because it's called Slut! Exclamation point.
Yeah.
And so I thought it was going to be like, they call me a slut!
Yeah.
And then instead she's like, and if they call me a slut? It's like
soft. It's a very dreamy song, and I think we were all expecting it to be a very hard song.
Right. Anything with an exclamation point, I'm like, oh, it's gonna rock me.
Mhm.
Billy, what do you need, honey?
What did you do? I was itching his tail.
What happened?
I was itching like.
I mean,
so,
I guess I'll see it later, but
so on cats, I itch right here, and for some reason, I just did that, and like the way he moved his butt, and then immediately put it down.
come here, come cuddle with me.
Now she touches my butt weird.
I do that to him.
He wants under the blanket. That's why he's crying.
Mm. But only a little.
But in the Time magazine, Taylor talked a lot about stuff that has been, like, not addressed by her, but addressed in the media.
Yeah.
That she addressed head on. Like, the Kim and Kanye, when they recorded her and edited the video, she thought her career was over. She thought that she was canceled. And this paragraph kind of talks about that. The interviewer talks about that, and who am I to challenge if that's how she felt? The point is, she felt canceled. She felt as if her career had been taken from her. Something in her had been lost, and she was grieving it. Maybe this is the real Taylor Swift effect, that she gives people, many of them women, particularly girls, who have been conditioned to accept dismissal, gaslighting, and mistreatment from a society that treats their emotions as inconsequential, permission to believe that their interior lives matter. That for your heart to break, whether it's from being kicked off a tour or by the memory of a scarf still sitting in a drawer somewhere, or because somebody else controls your life's work, is a valid wound, and no, you're not crazy for being upset about it or for wanting your story to be told. I felt like I read that and I was like, yeah.
That actually makes me think of we were talking about doing life after domestic violence.
Yeah.
And that feels very much
a part of it. Yeah.
On like that paragraph is like, you're valid for that.
Yeah.
It's a scarf sitting in a drawer, but it means more to that. It's a symbol of something. And so your wound is still very real. And so I think that because so when we do that, I don't want it to be on Patreon.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
The only reason I wanted the awareness to be on Patreon is because talking about it while you're in it.
Yeah.
But talking about afterwards, I feel like isn't as triggering as talking about it itself.
Right. So, so we put that one on Patreon, and we had a bunch of trigger warnings on it, and I totally understand why it was on there. And then I felt bad because I was like, not that we have like a bajillion viewers.
Yeah.
We love every single one of you. But I was like, you never know who needs it, who might stumble upon it that now won't.
Mm-hmm.
So the video on Patreon is like about the cycle of abuse, what constitutes domestic violence. There's a little bit regarding resources on getting assistance, and I'll probably want to put that in the like, hey, if you're experiencing this, here's resources for you. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm like pivoting us to something else. But I don't want that one to be on Patreon because I still want, like, I think that it's validating to hear what life is like, and it's going to be entirely our opinion. I don't think there's going to be any statistics in it because there's not going to be.
Because we're both survivors, so we know very much the ins and outs of the after.
Well, and we already did a statistic one that was like informative. And so I think this one's like, hey, it's been however long, depending on how you want to look at it. But I know, right?
5 years.
I was doing the math too. I was like, I mean, in case you could benchmark that, and you benchmark that.
Yeah. But yeah, the other thing, like, the thing that I love about the fact that Taylor Swift is so prevalent right now is that she is kind of changing the narrative for women in society to be like, hey, women are not crazy for having these feelings. These feelings are valid. And she vocalizes it very well in her speeches. She vocalizes it very well in the way that she carries herself. And like I feel like this year in particular with the Barbie movie, the Eras tour, um, why can't I remember Beyonce's tour name? But Beyonce's tour, like all of that, I feel like is showing how society is changing for women specifically,
Yeah.
and how it's more validating for women to be women. For
Yeah, and I think that that's very important. Um, just like representation as
Mhm.
they're trying to repeal no fault divorces and
Yep.
as women's rights to their bodies are being stripped and things like
Yeah.
that, like to be, I don't want to say re-given control,
Yeah.
but I mean kind of. We're living in a world where they're like, oh, birth rates are down, the workforce and blah blah blah, and like women carry all of that pressure because we're the ones that have children. And so like they, capital T,
Yeah.
are trying to control women and tell them what they have to do and push them in the direction that capital T they want women to go in.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I can't remember, I'm annoyed that I don't have the thought now because I was thinking something like this afternoon that was like um kind of along the no fault divorce and
Mhm.
the pro life stuff.
Yeah.
That was just like, women are people.
Yeah.
We are not property.
No.
Oh, I think it was some, they were talking, I was watching something about wedding traditions and being given away.
Mhm.
And I was like, that is kind of archaic. Like I've stressed for a long time about who would give me away
Mhm.
because my dad's passed. And I'm also kind of like, no one can give me away.
Yeah.
I'm an independent lady. As Jenna would say, I'm a 31-year-old lady. I miss her.
I do too.
But I can't wait to turn 32 because then I'll be 32-year-old lady.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's
Yeah.
what it's supposed to be.
Well, and I feel like all of these things like are coming out.
Hey.
All of these things are coming out and like kind of empowering women.
Mm-hmm.
Like Taylor Swift has a lot of power.
Yeah.
And
God, like if she tells her fans to vote, they vote.
yeah. Well, and one of my friends doesn't understand why Taylor Swift doesn't tell her fans how to vote, cuz she could I don't know how realistic it is because people are stuck in their ways, but people like she she could very easily say something along the lines of vote socialism or whatever,
Yeah.
and it could either make or break her.
Or like how people say vote no on Prop 1.
Yeah, yeah,
If
yeah.
she posted a picture, vote yes on whatever, I think people would. I think she's
I
got enough
I
sway.
I think people might. I think it's one of those things that could make or break her. But
Oh yeah, I think it
also
would be really bad
but
for
all
her to do.
but also like that's not how you change the world.
Right.
And I think and she is definitely smart enough to know that. She is leading by example. I mean, her relationship with Travis Kelce, as annoying as it for some people to see that everywhere, it makes me happy, but it's also showing girls, young girls, and even women her age, our age, because 1989, that you shouldn't put up with anything less than like the bare minimum should be supportive.
Yeah.
And like in her in that article, she talks about her relationship with Travis, which is a breath of fresh air. And she talks about how
Hey, come here.
they want to support each other.
Yeah.
So she's going to be at games, he's going to be at concerts because they just want to support each other and they do not care. And that is and like Travis opens doors for her, he holds her hand. Like
Billy, please stop.
And it's very obvious that she feels very safe with him.
Mm-hmm.
And that should be the bare minimum. And it's showing, I feel like it's showing young women and even our like older women, you don't take shit from any man. You don't take shit from any man. Well, I take shit from you.
I think I'm gonna have to take him outside real quick.
I got pinched by a hermit crab once. And I did my whole.
I don't know if you can hear this, Stephanie, but it must be very surreal to watch me, watch you, watch us. It must be very surreal. I don't actually know if you can hear that. But while you're gone and while this is getting cut, watch me guzzle this nasty drink. Also, if you heard my drinking noise, I'm so sorry. I'm also sorry for the burp. Oh, no, not yet.
Can I leave it in? I can cut it out.
I mean, I was talking to you while you were taking. Because I knew you were gonna edit back and see it. And
Amazing. Okay. So before that, we were talking about the standard of men.
Yes. So I feel like she is showing young women what they should and should not accept as treatment. And even in the article, she talked about how after 1989, when all that stuff went down with Kim and Kanye, how she spent a year. She moved overseas and spent a year in a rental house, and she didn't leave, and she regrets that.
She regret not leaving the rental house, like isolating herself?
Yeah, she regretted isolating herself.
Whew, I'm winded.
And you know, her relationship with Joe Alwyn was very private.
Who is that?
He's an actor. He doesn't matter.
Okay. I was like, she's dated Joe Jonas and John Mayer and Jake Gyllenhaal. A lot of J's.
Yeah. Please stop. Well, you're not dating. Let Travis be endgame. I really like them. Anyway.
They're very cute.
Yeah.
Come here. You know, I don't understand. I'm on... I, like, sprinted. I'm on Facebook and I see all these reels of her on tour and, like, her Eras tour and stuff. And people, like, all the Facebook comments are so mean. If you don't want to see those reels, don't comment on them. You're getting more of them because you're commenting on them. If you engage, you get more. So stop it.
Here's the great thing about haters, and if we ever get any, this is what I'm going to keep in mind. Any engagement is money. So if you comment a hate comment, thanks for payday.
Bing.
Ka-ching! Yeah. But here's the other thing. The block button, free. What do they have to hate on?
Her success.
Yeah.
How tall she is and how beautiful she is.
Yeah, it's misogyny. That's what I chalk it up to, is...
Billy is not going to let us record, is what's happening right now.
It's misogyny, internal misogyny, because, like, back, like, before 1989, when it wasn't cool to, like things.
Right. Who's Taylor Swift anyway?
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. I loved Taylor Swift, but I wouldn't tell anybody that I loved her. And it was completely internal misogyny or internalized misogyny because, like, I've loved Taylor since her debut album. Let's be real here. And I don't know. It's just internalized misogyny. And
oh yeah, people hate that she's young and beautiful and successful. And they're like, she's not even a good singer. Let me tell you something about that. I was thinking about this on the way home. I am a decently okay good singer.
I'm not.
Well, and so here, I feel like this might be insulting to you now that you have said that. Well, I'm sorry.
Well, here's the thing. I can sing jokingly. So
Mhm.
like in a weird voice, I can sing decent in a joking voice.
Yeah.
If I'm actually trying, it's not good.
I feel like when I was younger, I thought like everybody was like, "Wow, you're such a good singer," blah. And so I thought that being a singer was like a very rare thing. I don't think it is.
Yeah.
Watch movies, watch TV. They all have musical episodes. I feel like the vast majority of, and this is why I said this is kind of insulting, and I'm sorry. I feel like the vast majority of people are decent
Mhm.
at singing. And then there's the outliers that are like very good,
Mhm.
and then on the other side outliers that like are not very good. And then there's the people with perfect pitch that are amazing.
Yep.
And people who are tone deaf.
I'm not
Like-
quite tone deaf, but like if I'm trying and I don't have someone to harmonize with, it's not good.
I bet it's better than you think though. I think everyone's very harsh on themselves.
Yeah.
But people say that Taylor Swift is not a good singer. Yes, she is.
Yes, she
for
is.
one.
But also, you try performing for 4 hours straight with no breaks.
For real. Like, and you're running around on that stage and you're
Yeah.
hot and you're breathless, but you have to make it sound. And so they're like, we took all the audio off her live mic and this is what she really sounds like. I'm like,
It's so
she's
good.
up there for hours
Yeah.
under hot lights. And also, have you ever gotten on a stage and sang in front of people? Terrifying.
Mhm.
So props for you to even be on that stage.
Yeah.
I get up in front of a microphone, like, unless it's at karaoke and I'm like a couple drinks in. I got up on stage in choir and was like, like couldn't do it. Her real talent is as a lyricist.
Yeah.
Like she's a good singer. She's an amazing songwriter.
Yeah.
But yeah, the way that like writing songs is hard.
Yeah.
And that's why like Miley Cyrus writes songs for other artists and Taylor Swift writes songs for other artists.
Yeah.
And you already had dinner, you're a liar. And it's like there are very few songwriters and a lot of singers.
Mhm.
And so
Yeah.
like even if you're like, oh, her voice isn't even that good, like, okay, but she's got another talent that's much bigger.
Yeah.
And I would like to hear you sing that song.
Yeah.
See what it sounds like. I don't know. I think she gets a lot more credit now. I don't think she used to get as much credit as she deserved.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
anything else you want to say about Taylor Swift?
Just that I appreciate her.
What's the Mama said it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I don't know the song.
I don't know.
Mama said that it was okay. Mama said that it was quite all right.
Yeah, that one.
I feel like that's Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift's like, you can do it. And I'm like, we can do it!
Yeah.
So maybe that's, and she's like, when you listen to her albums and she's like, oh, the one that I listened to where she's like, you kissed me in a way that screwed me up for life.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. I think I was listening to that lyric and was like, that's kind of like, she says things that are intriguing.
Mhm.
I saw something that was like, her lyrics aren't even relatable. And I was like,
The fuck they aren't.
like sometimes they're not. Like if you listen to, which one is it? I mean, what was the song? I listened to it tonight. Blank Space, maybe?
Yeah.
Or I was like, maybe or like Welcome to New York, or
Yeah,
like
that
some of them are like not.
They're just bops.
Yeah, but you're like, I was listening to it in my car, and I was just like, it's been years since this came out. I think Taylor, this is for you. We appreciate you. We think you're doing great things for us
Yeah.
and for ladies and for the world. And I'm sorry that people harass you and stuff.
I'm sorry that people suck.
You don't deserve that. You're a person and you deserve privacy and space.
Yeah.
And people are like, if you want privacy, don't be famous. And I'm like, that's not true.
No,
Everyone
no.
deserves privacy.
Yeah, yeah. Don't be freaks and find out where she is and go.
Yeah, not for Taylor, but for like literally everybody else in the world. Don't go to celebrities' houses.
Well, even for Taylor, just don't do it.
Yeah.
But like,
you know how you know how you feel when a religious person knocks on your door and is like, have you accepted my Lord into your life as your personal savior, and you're like, I really just want to close the door. That's how celebrities feel. Where they're just like,
It's
oh my God, you're on my doorstep. And you're like, hi, I just want to take a picture with you. You're like, no.
Probably actually more scary than that
Oh,
because
for sure. Because that person could be like, I'm here to murder you.
Exactly. Yeah. Man, people are not okay.
No.
No.
But on that note, I think we're going to go ahead and go.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.